Get ready with me while I talk about the nightmare of being a seller in today's market in Dallas, Texas. So I'm gonna start by washing my face with this because I'm gonna dye my facial hair because I want to. I purchased my house in 2022, in April of 2022. So it's been like a little over 3 years now. When I purchased the house, I was originally in a relationship. So I was like, interest rate was like 4.5%, which is way better than right now. Right now, I've been stuck in like the 6.5 to 7% range for a while. I had another person renting a room. So at the time I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is better than what I would be paying if I was renting an apartment, blah, 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 blah. But have since gotten out of that relationship. And now I'm just like paying for my mortgage on my own. And my mortgage is about $2,900 a month. Puts me in the category of being house poor, essentially. I am tired of being house poor. So I decided I wanted to sell my house and just go back to renting for a while and figure out next steps in life and all of that fun kind of stuff, you know what I mean? What I'm using to dye my facial hair. Cute. Listed my house on the market March 10th of this year, and I've received a lot of offers from like investment companies wanting to do like subject to deals, which essentially means that they would take over my mortgage payments, but I would still have the mortgage under my name, which I'm like, no, that's not happening. So I've gotten a lot of those offers, like a lot, but that's not gonna work for me. I've gotten 0 official offers, unfortunately. I've gotten a pretty decent amount of tours throughout the March, April, May, June, July, 4 months that I've been on the market. Most of the feedback I've been getting is my house doesn't have a garage, unfortunately. When I was in the market purchasing, it was a completely different market. You were lucky to even be considered for a property, I guess. I was getting outbid by a lot of cash buyers that were going in over asking and like all of that type of shit, unfortunately. Obviously, like I wanted a garage when I was purchasing a house, but it just didn't work out. So my property doesn't have a garage. My house has been sitting. I've gone through a handful of price drops, just kind of like praying for a miracle at this point. Yeah, it's been tough, but I'm staying hopeful, staying optimistic. Worrying is gonna do nothing but give me wrinkles and gray hairs. This is hard. I can't do this in the camera. So listing my own property on the market has made me like not really wanna take on any like seller clients at the moment per se. I'm like kind of scarred. It's like really stressful, especially when your money is tied into it and your finances and you just feel like you're like constantly drowning. Not to discourage anyone from getting into being a seller's agent or whatever. My advice, if you are wanting to take on seller clients at the moment, would be obviously be extremely diligent on pricing. I think if you're even remotely like priced too high, then your property is just gonna sit, especially right now. I feel like right now in the real estate market, at least in the DFW Metroplex, we're all just kind of stuck. Like sellers are stuck, especially if they purchased like before COVID or even especially a little after COVID, aka me. I think that people are stuck before COVID because they got locked in in the previous years, whatever. And then the COVID happened when rates dropped to a crazy like 2%. And now the thought of them going back out and getting another mortgage or moving up to a nicer property is just kind of like out of reach, because they're going to be going from 2% mortgage rate to like 6.5-7% mortgage rate, which is insane. People that purchased after COVID, like me, are stuck because we bought in at a higher price, trying to salvage any kind of that rate amount that we could, like under the high mortgage rates we've been experiencing the past few years. We're kind of locked in there because then we're gonna, as you can see, be sitting on the market, having to drop price continuously, and you would basically be lucky to break even at that point, or they're, like in my case, I purchased at 405 back in 2022. Right now, this is mortifying. Right now I'm listed at 379. So think about that one. After we wash all of that dye off, I usually go back in and wash my face with this stuff. This is what I usually wash my face with. It doesn't like strip your skin barrier as intensely as foaming cleansers do, or so they say. I'm no expert. All of that reasoning is not to scare you out of selling your property right now. It's more so to just give you the information to make an informed decision if you are needing to list your property at the moment. I think my best advice, if I were going to be representing you, would be that if you don't have to sell right now, then don't, because it's tough. Definitely like in a buyer's market in DFW at least. But buyers, there's a lot of opportunity right now, as I've obviously demonstrated in this video. Sellers are having to drop prices, do seller concessions, pay, which is basically just giving you money for closing costs, do repairs. Like, buyers really have some leverage in the market right now.